Good morning to you all and welcome to Wake Up News live on Globe Television. I am Sandra BOAHEN. Let's begin with our top stories. Coming up, Parliament has unveiled sweeping measures to safeguard the Speaker, MPs and staff ahead of today's sitting. This morning, former Minister for Local Governance, Professor Kwamina Ahoy, is championing a bipartisan approach to fortify local governance in Ghana. The flag bearer of the People's National Convention, Bernard Mona, is taking his fight against the Electoral Commission to the Supreme Court after the High Court dismissed his application. The Center for Financial Literacy Education Africa is seeking to enhance financial knowledge and empowerment among Ghanaians. Coming up later on the international front, legal experts question Elon Musk's planned cash giveaways ahead of the U.S. election. Details of all these stories and many more coming up shortly. Remember, we are streaming live on Facebook at Globe TV GH. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. I am Sandra BOAHEN. Let's start from our first story. To strengthen security, Ghana's Parliament has unveiled sweeping measures to safeguard the Speaker, MPs and staff. These enhanced protocols signed into effect by Deputy Marshal of Parliament Wing Commander Frederick Bauer, retired on October 21, prioritize the secure environment for parliamentary sessions. The statement urged all MPs to comply with the enhanced security procedures, which require that from now on, everyone entering the chamber, including MPs, staff and press members, will undergo a thorough screening. This move aims to strengthen the Parliament security apparatus and guarantee that every individual entering the premises is properly vetted. And on your screen now is what you need to know about the key security measures that have been put in place. We are starting it off by the screening process, which means all MPs, staff and press members must undergo thorough screening before entering the chamber. And the next one is no bodyguards allowed, and bodyguards accompanying MPs will no longer be permitted to enter the chamber, a significant policy change for MPs who rely on their personal security detail. And the third one, we have the parking restrictions, which also say street parking restrictions will be enforced around the Grand Arena to prevent congestion and enhance security, and vehicles can only park in designated zones. The next one too, we have the VIP drop-off point, which also says VIPs must use specific drop-off point within the Accra International Conference Center to ensure smooth traffic flow. The Ghana Police Service will be on site to direct drivers also. And we have the identification tags, which means MPs must wear their parliamentary identification tags at all times for easy identification by security personnel. And we have the access hours, which also means access to the chamber begins at 8 o'clock hours, allowing ample time for security screening before proceedings start. And we have the punctuality and cooperation, which also says MPs and staff are urged to be punctual and cooperate with security officials to avoid delays. And the last one, we have the public gallery access, which says access to the public gallery will be restricted until further notice to maintain a secure and focused environment. And these are the key measures that we all need to know for the NPs. And now we're still watching the Wake Up News live on Globe Television. I am Sandra BOAHEN, and we are streaming live on Facebook at Globe TV GH. And next. Now, these enhanced security protocols are likely a response to the growing need for safety and security in the parliament, especially considering the recent controversies and tensions. Meanwhile, the Adaku lawmaker Kwame Govins Agboza has issued a stern warning to the military, urging them to refrain from being exploited to impose the new Patriotic Party's majority in parliament, following the speaker's ruling that declared for seats vacant.
It was government that ordered the military and the police to enter the chamber and assault members of parliament. Indeed, my colleague, honorable colleague, filed a motion for those individuals, of which we have details of those military officers and what they did in the chamber. But I can guarantee you, it's not yet sunset on those issues. Just to add, we are aware that between yesterday and today, government, some elements of government have had a meeting again to deploy the military to the precincts of parliament to enter the tent. We are aware of that. We can just ask those around the Accra Sports Stadium that at the point in time tomorrow, they repeat the same misconduct. We can guarantee them the people of this country are sovereign. If you wear a military uniform or police uniform, you work to the constitution. But they should be aware that the life of this government is less than 2 months. They will have to account for their conduct in 2020 and whatever they do tomorrow. But they shouldn't be surprised the people of this country would react forcefully to any misconduct of anybody in uniform on Tuesday. It was
now, away from that, a former Minister for Local Governance and a leading expert in the field, Professor Kwame Ahoy, is championing a bipartisan approach to fortify local governance in Ghana. Speaking at Professor Kwame Ahoy's annual lectures organized by the Chamber of Local Governance, he emphasized the need for political parties to collaborate in creating a framework for effective decentralization. These collective efforts, he believes, will ensure the local governance is resilient and responsive to the people's needs.
According to Professor Ahoy, a unified approach will foster robust local governance, enabling better funding and financial management of metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies. These, in turn, will promote local democracy, participation and accountability, ultimately driving equitable access to public resources and inclusive decision-making.
At the end of the day, with a truly decentralized local government system, we should have a local governance system that is able to provide housing for local residents, that is able to sanitize our neighborhoods, such that when we promise to make our cities the cleanest in Africa, we can deliver on that promise. That is able to perfect the science of registration of births and deaths, so that continuous voter registration can become a reality. That is able to take hold of basic education, such that local level educationists are in charge of basic education at the local level, disciplining errant pupils, disciplining wayward teachers, paying the teachers, and be in charge of school feeding.
The former mayor of Accra and president of the Global Alliance of Mayors, Dr. Alfred Okovandapoy, advocated for a significant shift in how mayors are selected to lead district assemblies in Ghana. He believes that mayors should be elected through a voting process rather than being appointed by the president. This approach would likely increase accountability and representation for local communities.
Local government, no once you see district assembly, no district assembly, I was saying yes, guy the bay juma. Oh, but what say I come GRA is central government authority, and your local government. Oh, I'm saying not just this local government. Juma, ya say Sankrofu, you vote to amount. So money resource I want bay juma. Oh, I was say assistant senior cano. Yeah, na ye. Ne so mayor cry ma microphone a vote for who they want to be their mayor. Decentralize it, but central government now government appointed mayor. I was say joining na yema microphone microphone.
A former district chief executive for Shama and presidential staffer Emilia Arthur emphasized the importance of decentralization, advocating for bringing decision-making power to the grassroots.
Away from that, the flag bearer of the People's National Convention, Bernard Mona, is taking his fight against the Electoral Commission to the Supreme Court after the High Court dismissed his application. Justice Richard appealed to rule that Mona's claims were unfounded, upholding the EC's decision to disqualify him from the 2024 presidential election.
The flag bearer of the People's National Convention, Bernard Mona, said that the judge did not consider the issues he raised and he is determined to appeal the decision. Mona claims that the Electoral Commission violated his rights to natural justice by not providing him with an opportunity to correct alleged errors that led to his disqualification. He stated that on September 13, the Commission notified him of discrepancies in his forms and requested corrections. However, when he resubmitted the forms, the Commission disqualified him, citing several unresolved errors. His initial application, filed on September 24, sought to restrain the EC from proceeding with the presidential election until his candidacy was reinstated.
So clearly you can see that the judge did not look at the issue that was brought to us, to it. It just went round. And I have already instructed my lawyers that this case is not ending here. We will go to the Supreme Court at the most so that this matter will be determined. And that is why my lawyer said that they will quickly apply for the judgment based on the study. Of course, we just listen to it. We will study it critically. But I have already instructed them that we have to go to the Supreme Court because I do not think that multi-party democracy should be jettisoned just from the corners of the Electoral Commission without our involvement. In the past elections, the Electoral Commission will sit down with the parliamentary and presidential candidates and point out what they think are the errors. In this instance, we are not even part of it. The Electoral Commission just sat somewhere, claimed that they have a technical and IT committees. Doesn't the PNC have an IT committee? Don't we have an IT person? So if the EC was determining issues of IT, then our IT person should have been there, so that they will be able to iron out the IT inadequacies that they are talking about. None of these things were brought to our attention, and then a judge will come and grant the wishes of the courts, the EC.
By appealing to the Supreme Court, the flag bearer of the People's National Convention, Bernard Mona, hopes to overturn the EC's decision and secure his place in the election. This development adds a new layer to the 2024 presidential election, highlighting the tensions between political parties and the Electoral Commission. The flag bearer of the People's National Convention, Bernard Mona, said that the judge did not.
Let's head to the camp of the NDC because the National Democratic Congress is gearing up for the 2024 general elections, and Member of Parliament Samuel Okujetu-Ablakwa is leading the charge in the North Tongue constituency, spearheading the victory walk through Mepe and Bato, drawing in thousands of enthusiastic supporters. Ablakwa shares the NDC's plans to breathe new life into local industries and relieve flood victims.
NDC faithfuls took the streets of Mepe and Bato, drumming, dancing and singing party anthems as they disseminated the party's life-changing manifesto. Addressing the crowd, the Member of Parliament for North Tong, Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, shared his vision, which includes reviving the Avenyame Rice Factory and the Jopon Textile Factory if the NDC returned to power in 2024. Promises that are prominently featured in the NDC manifesto. These initiatives aim to create jobs for North Tong youth and operate under a 24-hour policy. Former President Mahama has also pledged his commitment to these promises.
We will not rest until President Mahama is returned to the Flagstaff House. And we in North Tong, we are very, very proud and we are very, very excited about the vision of President Mahama for North Tong. In the manifesto, President Mahama is saying that the Sege Aveime Bato Mepe Road will be reconstructed, and we are happy about that. President Mahama is saying that we are going to get a tertiary institution, the satellite campus of the University of Health and Allied Sciences, and we are very happy about that. We are happy about the Bolivar Bridge, the Aveime Asochari Road. We are very excited about that. We are excited about the 24-hour economy, the revival of Aveime Rice Factory, the revival of Jopon Textiles, which is all in the manifesto. We are very happy about that.
Ablakwa assured flood-affected constituents of full compensation under an NDC government. Additionally, he reviewed plans to establish a University of Allied Science and Health satellite campus, boosting education opportunities.
I have been assuring my constituents that we shall not forsake them, we shall not abandon them. All the victims of the VRA spillage, we will not rest until every single one of them is fully compensated. And we are initiating legal action to make sure that we compel the Akufo-Addo government, a government that has abdicated, a government that has neglected the needs of the people. We will compel them to wake up to their responsibilities, and we will not rest.
The Vice President, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, has commissioned Phase 2 of the Chachadu Micro Hydropower Generation Plant, a significant step towards diversifying Ghana's energy mix. Located at the Chachadu Waterfalls in the Hohoi district of the Volta region, this plant was constructed entirely by Ghanaian engineers from the Bui Power Authority using internally generated funds.
Phase 1 of the Chachadu Generation Station, commissioned by President Akufo-Addo in December 2020, generate 45 kilowatts of power. With the addition of Phase 2, the plant's capacity increased by 75 kilowatts. This project is part of the government effort to reduce reliance on oil and gas for electricity generation. Dr. Bawumia praised the Bui Power Authority's effort in diversifying its energy generation mix, particularly with the recent completion of a 5-megawatt solar farm on the Bui Dam. This solar farm is a notable addition to Ghana's renewable energy landscape.
The goal is to bring down the cost of electricity by 50% for households and businesses.
Thank you.
I have every confidence, and today my confidence has been further enhanced that it is possible.
Yes.
I have every confidence that working with Bui Power Authority, within the first 4 years, we are going to go all out to introduce 2,000 megawatts of solar power into the national grid. And we are going to do so much to bring this into
The Chief Executive Officer of the Bui Power Authority, Kofi Jamasi, disclosed that the Bui Power Authority was exploring the construction of additional micro-hydro facilities, including further works on the Chachadu waterfalls, to provide extra power for national grid.
As a result of the experience gained from this project, we will be commencing a 3-megawatt plant at Bui Waterfall early next year under your presidency of Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. This will ensure smooth power to Hopewell and its environs. We Power Authority will add 105 megawatt solar power to the energy mix by November this year. 50 megawatts for Yendi, 50 megawatts at Bui, and 5 megawatt floating solar at Bui, the first of its kind in Africa. All these projects were done under Nana Akufo-Addo.
You're still watching our main news bulletin for this morning. Still to come, the Center for Financial Literacy Education Africa is seeking to enhance financial knowledge and empowerment among Ghanaians. Do stay for more details. You're welcome back from the break. The Center for Financial Literacy Education Africa has introduced its 5-member advisory board tasked with enhancing financial knowledge and empowerment among Ghanaians. With the board's expertise and commitment, the organization is poised to drive positive change in Ghana's financial landscape.
At the 2024 National Estate and Gift Planning Awareness Conference, the board, chaired by the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Association of Bankers, John Ewua, pledged to tackle financial management illiteracy and promote prudent money management for socio-economic growth. The event focused on tackling financial illiteracy, encouraging Ghanaians to adopt smart financial habits, and fostering a culture of informed money management to fuel personal and national economic development.
You know, people are doing all manner of things these days out of lack of knowledge. They don't understand exactly what is going on. And they are trying to model their lives around people they have seen on Instagram for 3 minutes. And they believe that that 3 minutes of somebody's life is the person's 24-hour life. And they model around that. And because of that, they get themselves into all manner of financial crisis. There are people who are earning 4,000 or 2,000 or 1,000, and their expenditure is about 2 times or 3 times how much their earnings are. Someone asked me yesterday.
In other stories, the assistant headmistress of the domestic department of Nkoko Senior High School, Agnes Minta, has appealed for support from all students, non-governmental organizations, and the government to build new infrastructure, renovate old structures, and enhance education. She says the implementation of the free SHS policy has resulted in a 3,000 student population at Nkoko Senior High School, creating a critical need for more dormitories and infrastructure upgrades to support quality education.
Nkoko Senior High School is facing challenges with inadequate dormitories, which is affecting the school academically. The school's population has surged to 3,000 students due to the free senior high school program, putting a strain on existing facilities. To address these challenges, the assistant headmistress of the domestic department of the school, Agnes Minta, is appealing for support from old students, non-governmental organizations, and the government to build new infrastructure, renovate old structures, and enhance education. Receiving some support, including the donation of a 10,000-litre water storage tank and first aid medicines from the 1992 year group, she emphasized that the lack of dormitories, particularly for girls, is a significant concern.
It is our polytank ebe boye my store so enough amankwara no fi say wo hwe kane no a number no na e wo form say because of free SHS yekita very high population of about 3,000 plus. And with this polytank ɛbɛboa yɛ with storage ɛno fi hɔ a yɛ dan no ho painting enso yɛ adesrede kɛse dan no yɛsisi yɛakyɛ ohia renovations ni painting na yɛama no facelift na great cosec tokoli cosec egyina ne nan so enti ne yɛbɛka ne sɛ nyame nhyira enkɔma 92 year group ne enim sɛ group aka no so ɛbɛba ɛde bebree aba school no wakɔ nanim enti outside this no enioma bebree so hiahia ebi ne dormitory ema no endabea mu no ye pepe so bebree enti se ekoframa mu na eka kuo bi so akoma no mo be ma ye dormitory ba ko a enka ye ni beje papa.
Professor Edward Asante, leading the 1992-year group, handed over the donated items, highlighting the storage tank's role in resolving water challenges. He encouraged all year groups to support their alma mater, stressing that the government's resources alone are inadequate to address the school's various challenges.
Say, ikita tank obroni beka say poly tank 10,000 liters nkwala no mbetimi de nsuo agum na aboom eno achi ni nso na yekita ensem first aid different types first aid na ye de bre om say no so om fa mmoa na etimi aboa nkwara nso bi yare ansa na om etimi ahwe na ansa na om de na kɔ ayansabia aban boa awofo boa obi e boa school no ai
Tech billionaire Elon Musk promised to give away $1 million per day on the United States election has drawn legal scrutiny, with experts warning the scheme could violate a prohibition on using cash to incentivize voting. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro said on Sunday that they plan to give money to voters in U.S. swing states who also have signed an online petition deeply concerning, and that law enforcement could take a look at the efforts.
Swing state of Pennsylvania, Elon Musk, who's personally overseeing Trump's get out the vote effort there, promised registered voters the chance at a massive reward.
Every day from now until the election, we're giving out $1 million prize. That is, and all you have to do is sign a petition in support of the Constitution. It's very straight.
It's now time for sports.
Good morning and thank you very much for joining me on the sports segment. My name is Vincent Fogo. I'll take you through my headlines before we come back for the details. We'll take a look at the match day 3 of the UEFA Champions League. That is, of course, AC Milan will be taking on Club Brugge Monaco against Crvena Zvezda. I'll come back and give you the details of that story. Also, we'll take a look at the beach soccer AFCON. That is the ongoing beach soccer AFCON. The Black Sharks lost again this time around to Morocco. We will take a look at that game. Give you the video of that game also. Now, the match day 8 of the Ghana Premier League. This is the TV schedule. That is Legon Cities against Accra Lions. Hartlepool against BBNE Gold Stars. We'll take a look at that one also. Now, let's do a quick break. We'll be back with the details of the stories. You're welcome. My name is Vincent Fogo. Let's start with the UEFA Champions League. It is the match day 3. And of course, we have AC Milan taking on Club Brugge, Monaco taking on Crvena Zvezda. Arsenal will be locking horns with Ukrainian side Shakhtar Donetsk. Aston Villa against Bologna. We have Girona taking on Slovan Bratislava. Also, Juventus against Stuttgart. PSG against PSV and Oven. Madrid, that is Real Madrid against Borussia Dortmund. Sturm Graz will be playing against Sporting CP. Atlanta will be taking on Celtic from Scotland. Brest against Leverkusen from Germany. Atletico Madrid against Lille. Barcelona will be playing against Bayern Munich from Germany. Benfica from Portugal will be playing against Feyenoord from Netherlands. And of course, Leipzig will be playing against Liverpool. Now let's move on to Black Sharks. It happens to be the beach soccer national team of Ghana. They are playing the AFCON. And of course, they lost their second game against Morocco 5-2. Let's watch the highlights.
It depends on your level of experience, your level of maturity for you to keep them into the game.
Oh, lovely play from Morocco. That was top draw. One-touch football, volleys, flicks, good movement, ending with a strike. And the decision by the referee gone in Morocco's favour. You can see the Ghanaians saying that it came off the shoulder or was inadvertent handball. But either way, that is Morocco's decision. Abu Aziz.
Yeah, that is the essence of having
scored one against Tanzania, and he scored one against Ghana as well. And the North Africans lead. Sent Bunya kicking up here. Jabari. Oh, and it's gone into the net. And it was Ghana who got the crucial touch and celebrates.
Very good striker. He has been showing that from the beginning of the game, and good to see him score his goal. And for the Ghanaian side, I think from what would come when it wants to come, you don't have to force it.
Here is Tico letting fly and does find the goal for Ghana. And they halve the deficit. And Kini Tico helps Ghana score their first goal of the competition. They really caused problems in the Moroccan back line. And Ghana finally are on the score sheet. And now they're just a goal behind. And that Morocco strikes a goal and headed and flicked in by Zawari. Really good glancing header to give Morocco a 3-1 lead. And that worked to perfection. Manar's volley forward. Reda Zahrawi getting the crucial touch, his second of the game. And the North Africans are 2 goals ahead again. And that, I'm sure, Abu Aziz, will bring a smile to your face. Up top to Ghana as Manar shows his skills again. It's the same idea, and this time it takes a touch off a Ghanaian and into the back of the net. Tikor it was with it. But Manar is claiming the goal. And crucial touch of Tikor beating Unyajajo in the Ghanaian goal. Was it going on target? Well, a collision. Thankfully, he's not too badly hurt, Ghana. I thought it was going to be worse than that, but he's swiftly back up on his feet after falling into the onrushing Samabia, and that's a lovely goal from Ajay.
Makes you special in the team. This is what makes you stand out in the team. Ajay happened to be the highest goal scorer in 2015 when we played in Seychelles. And
Morocco yet to score in this third period. It's going to take something special from here. And it is something special. And he got that absolutely right, El Bidouri.
The most important part of playing free kicks from this.
Once again, defeat for the Black Sharks. So 2 games, 2 defeats. Let's move on to the ongoing WAFU Zone B Under-20 AFCON qualifiers. Of course, this is the table. Group A, Ghana, we are at the summit of the table with 4 points. Togo, 2 points. Benin, 2 points. And of course, Niger at the bottom of the table with 1 point. Our next game, that is Ghana, our next game is against Togo. Now let's move on to the Ghana Premier League as at match day 7. These are some of the stats from the Ghana Premier League. We'll take a look at the home wins and also the away wins and the clean sheet. Let's start with the home wins. Top home wins. Bibiani Gold Stars with 4 home wins. Instratuman with 3 home wins. Bekum Chelsea with 3 home wins. Asante Kotoko with 3 home wins. Samatex with 2 home wins in that order. We move on to the away wins, and this is the top away wins in the league. Mediama with 2 away wins, Nations FC with 2 away wins, Basaki Holy Stars with 1 away win, Kumasi Asante Kotoko with 1 away win. That came in their match day 1 against Karela United. Let's take a look at the clean sheet table, the goalkeepers clean sheet table. We have Apia Kubi of Mediama with 5 clean sheets, Kopi Mensah with Nations FC with 4 clean sheets, Benjamin Obin Setre, that's Obin Setre Gregory with 4 clean sheet, Benjamin Asari of Hatzefolk with 4 clean sheets. Now we take a look at the table, how the teams are in the pecking order. Bibiani Gold Stars with 15 points out of 7 games. Asante Kotoko with 14 points out of 6 games. They have a game in hand. Mediama third with 14 points. Become Chelsea, Vision FC, Samatex, Insurataman FC, Nations FC, Hatzefolk, Bechem United, all in that order. Now let's take a look at the match day 8 fixtures. Adriana Stars will be playing against Mediama FC. That game will be live on Globe TV. Bechem United against Karela United. Hearts of Lions against Insurataman. Hatzefolk against Bibiani Gold Stars. Holy Stars against Kotoko. Nations FC will be playing against Vision FC. Samatex against Brekum Chelsea. And of course, Young Apostles at Wenchi will be playing against Dreams FC. Now, this is the TV schedule for the match day 8 of the Ghana Premier League. That is Legon Cities against Accra Lions. Will be on Alpha Metro TV Net 2 and Original. Hatzefolk, Bibiani Gold Stars, Alpha Metro TV Net 2 and Original TV. And also Basaki Holy Stars against Kotoko will be on Alpha Metro Net 2 and Original. And of course, Adriana Stars against Medium will be live on Globe TV. Now, yesterday in the Malta Guinness Women's Premier League, we have Fosu Royal Ladies defeating Sunshining Ladies 2-0. So that is the results yesterday. It was played in Techiman. Now, that's how we end sports this morning. My name is Vincent Fogo. Thank you very much for being with me.
Let's take a recap of the top stories. Parliament has unveiled sweeping measures to safeguard the Speaker, MPs, and staff ahead of today's sitting. And also you heard former Minister for Local Governance, Professor Kwame Ahoy, is championing a bipartisan approach to fortify local governance in Ghana. And on the international front, legal expert questioned Elon Musk planned cash giveaways ahead of the U.S. election. That's how we wrap up with the bulletin this morning. I am Sandra BOAHEN. Up next is CSA. On behalf of the team, we do appreciate your time with us this morning.